Good morning. This is Fred Mitchell, Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Minister for Foreign Affairs, MP for Fox Hill, and today is Monday, the 2nd of October, 2023. Welcome to the delegates to the Organization of American States Conference, which is taking place on financing for climate change at Paradise Island over the next 2 days. Prime Minister Philip Davis formally opened the Hemispheric Conference on Sunday and reminded us all why climate change is the number one foreign policy issue for the Bahamas. He returned last week from a conference in Grenada, which was meant to prepare for the Conference of the Parties, the so-called COP, which will take place in Abu Dhabi in November in UAE. This conference here in Nassau over the next 2 days and the one in Grenada was meant to solidify the asks in the hemisphere and in the CARICOM sub-region. Prime Minister Davis said that we cannot leave the Abu Dhabi conference without the specifics on laws that Davidge agreed last year in Egypt. The Bahamas has a national debt of $10 billion and 40% of the debt is said to be related to climate issues. That means that loss and damage to pay to mitigate and adapt must be at the top of the agenda. When I was in New York 2 weeks ago, I spoke at the Explorers Club that is raising the alarm on melting Arctic ice. The Bahamas is a country where 80% of the land is within 1 meter of the sea, so a 0.375 meter rise in water levels as envisaged makes a significant problem for our land. One slide that I saw shows that in 2070, if nothing else happens, 30% of the land in New Providence will be underwater, and by 2100 there will be 70% of the existing land in New Providence will be underwater. This is shocking and indicates the fierce urgency of now. The Prime Minister puts it in stark terms. We in the Bahamas will face the prospect of being climate refugees or a watery grave. This then is our job. We must fight to keep our home if we can do so while we can. Okay, on Saturday evening, 30th September 2023, I attended with the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Works Minister, the MPs from North and South and Central Andros to discuss public issues with regard to the development of Andros. It was quite a spirited meeting. The case for investing vast sums in infrastructure was made compellingly. I say again, as I go around the country, there's nothing in this country that I have found that money cannot solve. This is just so in Grand Bahama as it is in Inagua, Andros, Exuma, Eleuthera, New Providence. Unfortunately, as my mom used to say, money does not grow on trees, and whether we have money in the kitty, it can only be divided so many ways. We have to save space for a rainy day. It is great to aspire and demand, but having reviewed all the data over the past 24 months, I give myself a reality check every morning when I look in the mirror, and I say to myself, as Mick Jagger sang in the song, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you can get what you need. Thank you, Andros, for the frankness of your views. We will continue to do our best, and will support the two MPs, Leon Lundy and Leonardo Lightburn. God bless you, God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and here's to fighting climate change, because on this day, on this Monday, across the Commonwealth, it's PLP all the way.